Welcome back to Thriveology today. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers and walking out with 3 connections that completely transform your business. That's exactly what happened to Michael, who turned a chance conversation at an industry event into a partnership that added 6 figures to his bottom line in just 3 months. In the next 10 minutes, you'll discover the exact blueprint successful entrepreneurs use to build powerful networks that open doors, create opportunities, and generate wealth. Whether you're an introvert who dreads networking or an extrovert looking to make your connections more strategic, these principles will help you create relationships that truly matter. Before we dive into these game-changing strategies, join our Thriveology community by hitting subscribe. Because just like building valuable relationships, small, consistent actions today create extraordinary results tomorrow. Let's transform your approach to networking and build connections that can literally change your life. Think of strategic networking like planting a garden. You carefully select the seeds, nurture them consistently, and harvest the results over time. Let's explore the fundamental principles that make networking truly effective. Start with intention and clarity. Before attending any event or reaching out online, get crystal clear on what you want to achieve. Are you looking for mentors, clients, partners, or industry insights? This clarity helps you focus your energy on the right connections rather than collecting business cards that gather dust. Adopt what I call the quality over quantity mindset. One deep, meaningful connection can be worth more than 50 superficial ones. Instead of racing around a networking event trying to meet everyone, focus on having 3 to 5 genuine conversations. These deeper interactions create memorable impressions and lay the groundwork for valuable relationships. Look for the right people who align with your goals and values. This means researching attendees before events, identifying key players in your industry, and being strategic about which groups you join. Think of it like finding the right soil for your garden. Not every environment will support the growth you're looking for. Be proactive rather than reactive in your networking approach. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Identify the connections that could be valuable and create a plan to establish those relationships. This might mean reaching out directly, attending specific events, or asking for introductions from mutual connections. Remember, strategic networking isn't about immediate transactions. It's about building a web of relationships that create value over time. Like compound interest, the true power of networking reveals itself through consistent investment and patience. Think of relationship building as the art of creating bridges between people, strong enough to support meaningful exchanges and flexible enough to adapt over time. Let's explore techniques that transform superficial connections into valuable relationships. Start with genuine curiosity about others. The most powerful question in networking isn't what do you do, but why do you do what you do? This opens the door to stories, passions, and values, the building blocks of authentic connection. When you show real interest in understanding someone's journey, you stand out in a sea of transactional networkers. Practice active listening like it's your superpower. In a world where most people are waiting for their turn to speak, being fully present and engaged is remarkably rare. Maintain eye contact, ask thoughtful follow-up questions, and resist the urge to interrupt or shift the conversation back to yourself. This level of attention makes people feel valued and remembered. Look for ways to add value before asking for anything. This could be sharing a helpful article, making an introduction, or offering specific insights related to their challenges. Think of it as strategic generosity. By freely giving value first, you create a natural sense of reciprocity and establish yourself as a giver rather than a taker. Create meaningful follow-up systems to nurture new connections. After meeting someone, send a personalized message within 24 to 48 hours, referencing specific points from your conversation. This shows that you were genuinely engaged and helps cement you in their memory. Schedule regular check-ins to maintain the relationship without an immediate agenda. Remember, relationship building is a marathon, not a sprint. The most valuable connections often develop over months or years of consistent interaction and mutual support. Be patient and focus on gradually deepening trust rather than rushing to extract value. Think of your value proposition as your unique signature in the networking world. It's what makes you memorable and and creates clear opportunities for others to connect with you. Let's explore how to craft and communicate your value effectively. Start by identifying your unique combination of skills, experiences, and resources. What specific expertise do you bring to the table? What problems can you solve better than most? What connections or opportunities can you facilitate? This clarity becomes the foundation of your networking identity. Craft what I call your connection elevator pitch, a 30-second introduction that clearly communicates who you are, who you help, and how you help them. This isn't about being salesy. It's about making it easy for others to understand how you might fit into their world. Practice until it feels natural and conversational rather than rehearsed. Tailor your value proposition to each interaction. While your core expertise remains consistent, how you present it should shift based on who you're speaking with. For a potential client, emphasize the problems you solve. For a potential partner, highlight complementary strengths. For a potential mentor, show your commitment to growth and learning. Demonstrate your value rather than just claiming it. Share brief, relevant stories that illustrate your expertise in action. These mini case studies are far more powerful than generic statements about your capabilities. They create mental pictures that stick in people's minds long after the conversation ends. Remember, your value proposition isn't static. It should evolve as you grow and as market needs change. Regularly reassess what makes you uniquely valuable and be willing to adapt your messaging to stay relevant and compelling. Think of follow-up as the bridge between a first meeting and a meaningful relationship. Without it, even the most promising connections often fade away. Let's explore strategies that turn initial interactions into ongoing relationships. Start by creating a systematic approach to follow-up. After networking events, block time in your calendar specifically for reaching out to new connections. This ensures that good intentions actually translate into action. A simple system might include categorizing new contacts by priority and assigning specific follow-up actions to each. Personalize every initial follow-up message. Reference specific details from your conversation, whether it was a shared interest, a business challenge they mentioned, or a resource you promised to share. This demonstrates that you were genuinely engaged rather than just collecting another contact. Provide unexpected value in your follow-up. This could be an article that addresses a challenge they mentioned, an introduction to someone in your network who could help them, or an invitation to an event relevant to their interests. This approach positions you as a resource rather than someone just looking to take. Develop a long-term nurturing strategy for key relationships. This might include scheduling quarterly check-ins, sharing relevant content, or creating reasons to reconnect, such as asking for their expertise on a specific topic. Use a CRM or simple spreadsheet to track these touch points and ensure no important relationship falls through the cracks. Remember, effective follow-up is about consistency and authenticity rather than frequency. It's better to reach out meaningfully once a quarter than to send generic messages every week. Focus on quality interactions that gradually build trust and demonstrate your commitment to the relationship. Think of digital networking as expanding your reach beyond physical limitations. It allows you to build valuable connections regardless of geography or time constraints. Let's explore tactics that help you leverage online platforms effectively. Start by optimizing your digital presence across key platforms. Your LinkedIn profile in particular should clearly communicate your expertise, accomplishments, and personality. Use a professional photo, craft a compelling headline that goes beyond your job title, and create a summary that highlights your unique value proposition. Engage strategically in online communities where your ideal connections gather. This could be LinkedIn groups, Facebook communities, or industry-specific forums. Don't just lurk. Contribute valuable insights, answer questions, and establish yourself as a helpful resource. This visibility naturally attracts connections who resonate with your expertise. Create and share content that showcases your knowledge. This could be LinkedIn articles, thoughtful comments on others' posts, or short videos sharing your perspective on industry trends. Content creation is one of the most powerful ways to attract like-minded professionals and establish credibility at scale. Use social media to nurture existing relationships, not just create new ones. Comment thoughtfully on connections' posts, celebrate their wins, and share their content when relevant. These small but consistent interactions maintain relationships between more direct communications and demonstrate genuine interest in others' success. Remember, digital networking should complement, not replace, in-person connections. Whenever possible, move online relationships to video calls or face-to-face meetings to deepen the connection. The most valuable professional relationships often blend both online and offline interactions. Your journey to networking mastery starts today. Think about this. Every successful person you admire has leveraged the power of strategic relationships to accelerate their growth and create opportunities. The principles we've covered aren't just theory. They're proven strategies used by those who've built million-dollar networks. Remember, effective networking isn't about collecting the most business cards or having the most LinkedIn connections. It's about creating genuine relationships based on mutual value and trust. Each concept we've discussed today, from strategic principles to digital tactics, builds upon the others to create a comprehensive approach to relationship building. If you're ready to transform your network, join our Thriveology community by hitting that subscribe button. Because just like building valuable relationships, every step forward counts, and every subscriber helps us create better content to fuel your networking journey. Share in the comments your biggest networking challenge. What's holding you back from building the connections you need? Your question might help another member of our community break through their barriers. Remember, networking success isn't about being the most outgoing person in the room. It's about being the most interested, the most helpful, and the most consistent. Keep thriving and never stop growing.